Everyone who has ever played RDR2 has been through Chapter 1. Most players see it as just a big tutorial level and rush through it, but that likely means you missed a lot of small details hidden within the mission. So today, I will show you 3 hidden details that you likely missed in each story mission of Chapter 1. Outlaws from the West. This is the only mission in the entirety of RDR2 where you are actually allowed to ride another character's horse. Arthur takes Taima, but never rides another gang member's horse after. If you don't take cover behind the barn when you are asked to, Dutch will actually ask if you are a dumbass.
Arthur, what are you doing?
But despite this, you can't progress without eventually doing so. If you get disarmed during the shootout and then go to the barn, you will still drop your revolver, even though you don't have one. Enter pursued by a memory. This is the only time in the entire game where you can actually go outside the game's borders without glitches or mods, as if you try to return later, the mountain is covered off by a huge avalanche. You don't actually have to take the sawed-off shotgun Javier recommends. You can just ignore him, although he will get a bit pissed off about it.
Want your pistol? Fine, let's just get going.
While going to find John, your stamina core will drop to empty. If you don't refill it, you will trigger this cutscene, where Javier will give you some whiskey. However, if you do eat something to fill up the core, you'll skip this cutscene. Old friends. If you spared the O'Driscoll who attacks you in the barn in the first mission, he can actually be seen before the shootout talking shit.
So why'd they let you go? I wouldn't have done.
Fella didn't have much choice, was picking his teeth off the floor.
When you first use Deadeye during the shootout, the core never drains, meaning you can technically stay in it endlessly. This is the only time in the game where this is possible without cheats. Once you capture Kieran, you can explore the rest of the snowy parts of the Grizzlies, meaning you can get extra supplies early, although don't go too far or you will get an instant death. The aftermath of Genesis. Charles will tell you during the ride out to hunt the deer that he burnt his right hand. This is a reference to Red Harlow, as the same thing happens to him in the beginning of Red Dead Revolver. You don't actually have to use a bow to kill the 2 deer, although Charles will get a little pissed off about this.
Hoped you'd use the bow.
On the ride back when you encounter the bear, you are actually able to shoot at it without failing the mission, although he is invincible. And again, Charles will not be very happy.
Are you crazy?
Who the hell is Leviticus Cornwall? During the robbery, when you first jump onto the train and are supposed to help Lenny, you don't actually have to, as if you just ignore him, he will pull himself up. However, if you don't go over to him and offer to help, but then don't pull him up, he will actually just slip and fall. Lenny can actually be attacked by the train conductor in this mission. If you waste too much time, he will carry on ahead, forcing you to save him instead. Also, if you refuse to stop the train, he will actually just do it for you. When the gang fires on the train door, it is the only time during the entire game where Micah can be seen using a repeater, and not just his 2 revolvers. Depending on whether you kill or spare the train guards, the newspaper written about the incident will be different. Eastward Bound. If you use photo mode in this mission, you can see that one of the wagons John and Abigail are in is left almost completely empty. Compare that to Kieran, who is thrown and tied up with a bunch of other supplies. This is unbelievable attention to detail, considering you're not even supposed to be able to see this. You don't actually have to pick Javier up. When he asks you to slow down, you can just ignore him. Micah is actually available in the camp after this mission. However, as soon as you leave for the first time or load a saved game, he will be gone, and Miss Grimshaw will tell you that they went out scouting. That's all for Chapter 1. If you have any other hidden details that you think I missed, comment them below. Thank you for watching.